Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana. Today we are talking about choosing to seek God. Welcome. We are in this Devo series talking about the habits and practices of following Jesus. And listen to today's verse. God is talking to his people. It's found in the book of Jeremiah 29, verses 12 and 13. It says this: "Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me. When you seek me with all of your heart, I will be found by you, declares the Lord." You see, God is telling his people a few truths that we are going to look at. And first, the first truth in today's verse is that God listens when we pray. Did you know that? That God listens to you when you pray. Remember, when God said this, his people were currently right in the midst of their consequences for disobeying. It is the time in the Old Testament that people call the exile, when God's people were sent out of the promised land, out of their land, because they repeatedly disobeyed God. They did the exact opposite of what God said, even after multiple second chances and pardons and forgiveness. In the midst of their consequences, that's when God was speaking, and he says, "I will still listen to you when you pray." What kindness. God is listening to you today, whether you're in the midst of disobedience and consequences or whether you've been walking with him. Will you talk with him in prayer? You haven't blown it too much. The second truth in today's verse, God tells us that he will let himself be found by us. God will let you find him. He says when we seek him, when we turn to him, when we look to God, to his perspective, his help, his power, he lets us find him. Why? Because he cares for his people. He cares to guide his people. He will lead you through. What might change in your thinking or your behavior if you truly believed that God is listening and that God will let himself be found by you when you seek him? He's not distant. He is near and he's willing. Why do followers of Jesus pray to God and to seek out God? Because God is present, he is involved, he is good, and he is guiding. So let's put today's verse into practice. You and God, talk it out for a few minutes right now. Seek him. He's listening and he's near. We'll see you next time.